One of the things I wanted to ask about is, and again, I don't know anything about being a professional wrestler. I've never done anything in that realm, but we've heard as fans that WWF rings are different from other rings in that the WWF uses ropes. A lot of the other more traditional promotions use cables, and that the rings were harder, that they weren't the quote unquote Southern bumping rings. And I guess that means they had less give. They were a little stiffer, but also too, the size of the ring was a little bigger. Can you compare and contrast the differences and what, if any, challenges that represented to you guys, just a couple of months into your run here?
Well, that was probably part of the reason that Barry Darsow chewed my ass out. The ring was heavier. It was harder than the rings we came from. Less padding, really hard over close to the ropes. The rings were bigger, so you get used to a ring, and like if you're getting shot into the ropes or reversed into the ropes or reversed into a turnbuckle, you get used to a certain amount of steps. And it's not something that you count in your head initially. You just get acclimated to it, and it becomes automatic. It's like I can't tell somebody how to ride a bicycle. You get on a bicycle, you just take off, and okay, I'm riding a bicycle. Same thing with the number of steps that it took to cover the ring, whether you were being shot in the ropes or buckle to buckle. That took some adjusting too. As far as the ropes being tighter and all that, actually they were a little bit looser, so they would kick you off a little funky. It was a totally different situation, but it didn't take us very long to get used to it. But that was probably a big reason that there weren't as many high spots during the course of a match. Guys weren't bumping all over the place because the ring was hard.
We should mention just 1 year prior to this, you're in Chicago wrestling the Road Warriors, just like you talked about, Starrcade 87. And now a year later, you're here at Survivor Series. If you would have told Arn Anderson, Starrcade 87, hey, a year from now, you'll be on the WWF Survivor Series pay-per-view, you think you would have believed it?
Nope. If you would have told me that they would have let me go, or thought that it was the right thing to let me go, or after that match with the Road Warriors, if for any reason we would have been in any kind of turmoil and or jeopardy or even an argument about positioning, you could probably count on one hand the guys on earth that could have pulled off the match, making the Road Warriors in Chicago, in their hometown, look like they looked. Probably count them on one hand. And those guys drew money. So when you enhance part of the product that's already drawing money and you make them look as good as they can possibly look, you accomplish something. So no, I wouldn't have skipped ahead for a year and saw that I was standing on the apron with 15 other guys.
The Bolsheviks and the conquistadors. Let's